Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of State of the Real Estate Market with Chris Brown, yours truly. And thank you guys for coming out and sharing. I am changing up the gear a little bit. I decided to wear a sweatshirt because in Florida this morning, it was less than 60 degrees out. However, that story has changed as we are in the afternoon. The sun is out and it is extra warm. So once I step outside, I will make sure to take off the sweatshirt. But hey, I thought I'll rub it in to a few of my Midwest and Northeast friends and family. You guys should be in Florida. Everyone's coming to Florida. Literally, everyone is coming to Florida. Real estate market is hot. So, but for today's topic, hey, we have a game changer to talk about today, guys. And I want to make sure that you guys are in the know because that's what I am doing with this particular YouTube channel. If you guys haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, as well as share this information with someone else that you feel that may need this information. So major game changer coming for HUD-owned properties in 2022. Keep in mind, guys, not only do we talk about buying, selling, and investing in real estate, but we also talk about building generational wealth and also different entrepreneur hot topics. There's always something going on with my entrepreneurs. I have a whole family of entrepreneurs that are out there, just friends and family, people just doing different things. So as I come across information, I like to share it with everyone else. So, but today, major game changer. So let's dive into this and give you guys a scoop as in what is going on. Let's see here. All right, we're sharing that screen. We're sharing. All right, guys, there we go. I had to show my presentation. I did. I took a few extra minutes this time to actually detail the presentation. So I had to make sure I'm showing the presentation today. So before we dive in, for those who do not know me, my name is Chris Brown. I'm a local real estate professional in the Tampa Bay area. I am originally from Buffalo, New York. I did attend high school in Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida, to be exact. I went to a school called Lakewood High School, also known as Hollywood High. But from there, I went to a small school in Michigan where I did finish up things and had an opportunity to ladder in football, track, also get a degree in mathematics and marketing. But with all that being said, my real estate career actually started off in 2004. So I've been actually doing this for a while. I've seen and been through the financial crisis that we had back in 08, 09. So I'm very aware of how that feels. Yeah, definitely. So now that you have a little bit of information about me, guys, this game changer for HUD-owned properties. For those who don't know what HUD is the U.S. Housing and Urban Development. That's what it stands for, Housing and Urban Development. This is a government agency, government entity that actually evolves itself around community awareness when it comes to real estate. They also have an opportunity where they actually sell real estate homes, because for those who aren't aware, there are certain government loans that are secured. And what happens is if there's a property that may go in default, those properties are taken back and then placed back onto the market. Okay, so this is an opportunity. Just like, why are we talking about this today? Because we are in a situation where the inventory is low. And so if there's any small pocket of homes that you guys need to be aware of, I'm always trying to make sure that you guys are aware of it and that you guys are getting the scoop on the real estate market. So if you guys want to get more details about HUD-owned properties or just HUD in itself, there is a website, HUD.gov. That is a government website, .gov. So that you guys are aware of additional details. There's different programs that they are affiliated with. There's different grant opportunities that are out there as well. So I encourage you guys to not just take the word from me, but also do your own due diligence. Go ahead and research. There's typically some type of a HUD agency within each community, and that's throughout the United States. That's not just the Tampa Bay area, that is the United States. So you guys be sure to check that out, all right? All right, where to find HUD homes? Well, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of scoop. We'll go ahead and talk a little bit about this game changer, okay? But if you guys are looking for some of these homes that are going back onto the market, a website that is used, and this is where primary resource for HUD-owned properties is the HUDhomestore.com website, okay? This website will list the different properties that they are placing on the market. And before the end of this presentation today, what I'll do is I'll actually take you guys to the website and show you guys how to actually search and find properties. I know that the inventory is still low. It's not like they have an abundance of properties, just like everyone else. The inventory is low, but there are opportunities that present themselves. And if you are looking to own a home, HUD actually encourages home ownership, and I'll show you why and how they do it when we get to that point in this presentation. But HUDhomestore.com is the primary resource of finding these different properties that may be available. The MLS, and that is, for those who don't know what that stands for, that's the multiple listing services. That is a listing service that places properties that are for sale, whether it be a HUD home property or your traditional sale that's not a HUD-owned property. So keep that in mind. Great resources for HUD properties. The internet. Guys, everything's going to the internet. If you're afraid of the internet, you're going to be stuck behind for a number of years. Trust me, especially with what we've gone through in the past 2 years with this whole pandemic. Everybody's been on the internet, been on their cell phones, social media, all that good stuff. You will find these type of properties on the internet, on different types of websites that are out there. Some of the big websites, such as you guys may be familiar with the Zillows, the Realtor.coms, but they're getting that information they're getting their information actually from the MLS. And the properties that are being placed on the MLS that are HUD-owned properties are coming from the HUDhomestore.com. So retrospect the tier process with this. All right, so a couple of programs that are offered by HUD that a lot of people always are asking. They're sending me messages, and I appreciate that, guys. Definitely reach out if you guys have questions. Sometimes you can't ask those questions during the presentations, but I on a daily basis get at least a half a dozen questions in reference to HUD properties or just inventory in general, what's going on with the real estate market. So that's why I continue to add value and do this actual presentation for you guys each week. So nonprofit organizations and government entities. So there are special programs that are out there where they will only allow properties to go to these type of organizations. So a nonprofit or a government entity. So if you have a nonprofit and you're servicing your community, you may want to check out the HUD.gov website to see how you may be able to help assist, especially if it comes down to housing or anything along those lines. Whether it be, for the homeless, you provide housing for the homeless, special needs, anything along those lines. There's multiple programs, grant opportunities, and training opportunities that are out there. You'll find that the HUD.gov site has a tremendous amount of resources for people that are out there. Then they also have a program that's called the Good Neighbor Next Door. Now, this is typically Good Neighbor Next Door. This is a program that is being offered and where they will provide specialized financing, specialized opportunities just for a lot of our community heroes. So if you're teachers, even with firefighters, and so forth along those lines, those community heroes, there's different programs that are out there that if you have that particular profession, that they will give you funding for your home, for you to build a home or purchase a home in a particular area. So keep that in mind. Just look into it. HUD.gov, look up the Good Neighbor Next Door topic. You can search the website for that particular topic and learn a lot more about that program. And then this is a program, some people are like, is this really true? Dollar homes. Yes, it is true, and it has happened. And typically these type of properties do go to your local governments and so forth along those lines. But keep in mind, inventory is low right now. So dollar homes, how those come about is traditionally when properties are out there for a period of time, they haven't sold, or there's some type of specialty about the property. So keep that in mind. Dollar homes, they do exist, so don't get me wrong. And it does happen, because I've seen it happen. And just visit the website, HUD.gov, guys. Trust me. I'm giving you this information for you guys to do some additional research. Go ahead and be a self-starter and go ahead and dive on in. All right. So with these HUD homes, a lot of them may need a little bit of TLC. When I say TLC, a little bit of small cosmetic repairs. They may need to have some cleaning, because like I said, some of these homes, they may have been foreclosed on, and what happens is they may have been neglected. Some maintenance may have been neglected with the property, but it's stuff that, you know, like I looked at a property yesterday, as a matter of fact, and the gutters had plants or little shrubs growing out of the gutters, you know, and that comes from the gutters needing to be cleaned. So what this property is being offered at a discounted rate, even in today's market, being offered at a discounted rate for someone to come in that plans on occupying the property, to be able to come in and purchase that home at a discounted amount and be able to get a housing in today's market. So it's not a lot of major work, but if you do run into a property that you like and you feel that it has the shell and so forth that you want to work with, such as the number of bedrooms, bathrooms, maybe the area, the community that you want to be in, but it does need some love, needs some fresh paint or anything along those lines, that is something to consider. But buying a home in its current condition and financing repairs, that's what's available for these type of properties. It's a renovation loan. Basically what happens is you purchase a home with these type of loans, and then also you're able to finance any type of repairs that are needed. So if you're already getting these properties at a discount, okay, and you see that it needs paint, you see that it may need some cosmetic, maybe some new carpet or new appliances or something along, or kitchen, something being done with the kitchen, you can have those repairs done and also have it financed at the same time and make the purchase of the home. It is a multiple step process, but it happens daily. People do this on a regular basis. I know everyone watches those shows that you see on TV, how to fix it yourself, do it yourselves. So trust me, opportunities are there. If you feel that the shell is there and it would be a great opportunity for you and your family, this may be a route to go. Why your home? So I said, why expand your home? Why do we want to do this route by using the renovation loans? Because it gives you more options, especially in today's market. The inventory is low, and some people are saying, well, the prices are high, and you know, will we get more inventory? We'll probably get more inventory in the next couple of months. Guys, if we do get an increase in inventory, also keep in mind, we're probably going to have an increase in interest as well. People are very interested in purchasing a home. We're coming up on the summer months. The summer months traditionally have been a higher demand than during, say, the holidays, the fourth quarter of the year. So as people are starting to rev up, kids are getting situated with school and perhaps being finished with school during those summer months, there's a higher demand. More people are looking at properties. So having a mindset, hey, I'll just wait for a few months to start this process, not going to work. Trust me, in today's market, you need to go ahead and start months in advance. If you guys have been following me, you'll understand why that you need to do this months in advance. Okay, guys, get the process started now. Let's see where you stand, especially financially, and see what options that you can leverage. There's multiple options. If you're working with a real estate professional, hopefully they are aware of what's going on and they understand that, hey, people are getting homes the non-traditional route. What are those non-traditional routes? Okay, understand that. What are the non-traditional routes that people are getting homes? And this is one of them, a renovation loan. It is a loan that you utilize, but it also covers any repairs that may need to be done to the home, up to a certain amount and so forth. A lot more details to it, but it is an option that people use on a daily basis. All right, hard money lenders, FHA 203K. So these are two types of renovation loans, okay? A lot of people are familiar with hard money lenders, where you hear that there's a large percentage that you have to put down, typically around 30%. And then there's usually a higher interest rate as well. So if you have to go that route, you have to go that route. Now, there's the FHA 203K. People are like, well, what's the FHA 203K? I've been approved by FHA, but I don't know about the 203K part. Well, guess what, guys? For the most part, if you qualify for an FHA loan, you pretty much qualify for an FHA 203K. There's usually a thin amount of non-opportunity if that is the case, but the opportunity for the most part, you would qualify if you already qualify for an FHA loan. So keep in mind, this one has the lower interest rate, it has the lower amount down, and it does finance the repairs. So if you see a home and you're like, hey, this would be the perfect home if I was able to add at least $15,000 in repairs. Perfect, no problem. Let's get it. Let's get an FHA 203K loan. Let's go ahead and get these repairs taken care of. Let's make sure that we get this property. Let's not wait, okay? All right, so I told you guys what I would do is take the time to actually go through this process of showing you guys how to search the HUDhomestore.com website, okay? Now, this is a great tool for you guys to have. If you're not familiar with it, you need to make sure you write this down, HUDhomestore.com. This is where the actual properties are located. Okay, now HUD.gov, that is another website that you guys need to check out to understand a number of the different programs and opportunities that are available, that are out there for people who are seeking home ownership. So for a bunch of you guys, you're like, well, Chris, we actually wanted to listen to this because you said that there's a new game changer. That I understand, yes. So as we go through this, I'm going to explain what the new game changer is. And it's just been a few shifts and it's coming down the pipeline. And that's going to be effective in the next month, less than the next month. So I want to make sure that you guys are aware and in the know, because you can't know me and not know about this information. So let's make sure that you guys are aware of what's going on. All right. Right. All right, let's get this up and going for us. All right, here you guys go. Okay, let's try that again. There it is. All right, guys, so here we go. So this is the HUDhomestore.com website that I want you guys to check out. You guys will be able to find the information that we will be discussing, okay? So basically what it is, this is the website. What you're gonna do is do a search. Now, this is a search where you're basically, where less is best. Just keep that in mind, less is best. So I would minimize your search just to your state. Let's do Florida. And in your county. So people that are familiar with the Tampa Bay area, Tampa is in Hillsborough County. And I'm gonna do Hillsborough County because in the past that I've done this presentation, I haven't been able to use Hillsborough County as an example because there's been no properties available. So there is a property that is available just because it just came on the market the other day. Okay, all right. Here it is. Okay, this is a pool home that is in Apollo Beach, listed at $267,000. Trust me, this home is worth more than $267,000. But I want to make sure that you guys understand what is going on with this property and then just basically how to search for homes. So typically, if you're in your state, just do the state and the county. Trust me. Don't worry about fine-tuning everything else because you will possibly miss out on the opportunity, even though you did the correct filter. So just trust me in doing that. Less is best. But typically the properties will be listed, as I'm showing here at the bottom. There will be a case number, a property case number. The 093-925-467. That is the case number. You click on that to kind of open up the property and get more details. Now, with this particular property, there is a period deadline. And basically what happens is it's a listing period deadline. It makes it exclusive. So what makes it exclusive is that how HUD works, like I said, they encourage home ownership. And how they really do this is that during the first 10 days, 10 to 15 days of being on the market, they only offer, the property is only available to individuals who plan on occupying the property. So let me repeat that. The property is only available to those who plan on occupying the property. Now you're probably like, well, what does that mean? Basically, what happens is, especially in today's market where the inventory is very low, you have investors that are out there that are willing to pay cash, willing to close fast. They can close in like 14 days, 14 days. And this is a scenario where HUD is not allowing the investors and the cash, those particular cash buyers, to actually come in and purchase the home ahead of individuals who plan on occupying the home. So this is one of their ways of being able to say, hey, we encourage home ownership. We encourage it by one, only allowing those who plan on occupying the property to submit offers on this particular home. Now, keep in mind, some people are like, well, say if it's an investor and they say that they plan on occupying doing something different. I understand that people try different tricks and things along those lines, but guys, this is the government. Don't play with them. Don't play. You know, some people are saying, oh, we'll do this. And trust me, they do. It is a manual process. This part, when they're looking at it, it is a manual process. So keep that in mind. So if you're Ted Super Home Buyers versus John Doe, they're probably going to go with the John Doe versus the Ted Super Home Buyers or something like that. Just because entity buying the home is typically not occupying the property themselves. Okay, guys? So keep that in mind. All right. So the game changer that is coming. So like I said, it's typically the 10 to 15 days. So moving forward, and this is going to happen in the month of March. This time period before any type of investor can actually submit offers is going to change from the 10 to 15 days to about 30 days. Okay, let me repeat that. So about 30 days. So what happens is, say if the property's been out there, you know, obviously the difference is nowadays, anything that's being placed on the market, everybody's jumping on it, taking a look at it, all eyes on that particular property. But what's happening is, moving forward, they're going to extend that time period so that more and more people are able to see that property. And if that is the case, that means that those investors that are trying to pick up these properties, because they've done it in the past where these properties haven't gone and buyers have decided on other properties they didn't want to do small projects or do big projects, whereas they're willing to do it. So what happens now is it extends it and it makes it more available to others to submit offers. If the property needs repairs, then you just adjust your offer with that. Now, keep in mind, you may have a great offer that would potentially be accepted, but if someone is willing to pay a lot more for that property, you got to keep that in mind, guys. Okay, it's still a competition. Even with these homes, you're dealing with people who plan on occupying it. There's less competition because those investors or those big cash hedge funds that are coming in buying properties, paying well over asking price, those you won't have that competition, but you will have competition just because it's a low inventory of homes that are available out there. Now, this is a pool home. If you're in Florida or anything along those lines, everybody's looking for a pool. So if you want more details, feel free to reach out to me on how these HUD properties work, especially ones with pools, the inspection period, and so forth along those lines. There's a lot more detail. So hopefully if you guys are working with a real estate professional, you guys understand how, make sure that your real estate professional understands the process, because it is an in-depth process. It's not your traditional, a lot of it is traditional, you know, the purchasing of a home, but there's a lot of details and a lot of steps that may be a bit different for a HUD-owned property. So keep that in mind when you guys are selecting your real estate professional. Make sure that they understand the process. It's more than just saying that, yeah, I can get get a home to you sold and bought and so forth along those lines. Okay, there's trust me, there's a lot more going on. Don't get stuck in a position. All right. So, but this is what I wanted to show you guys. Make sure that you guys understand that. So the major game changer, as I stated, just that slight adjustment of the 30 days that's going to begin in March. That opens up another can of worms for people who are potentially buying a home to actually live in a home. And then for those who are investors who are looking for these type of properties, you're going to have to start waiting. The waiting period goes a bit longer. I know guys have been looking for a bunch of foreclosed properties to come, but trust me, as these properties are being released, a lot of these banks and so forth along those lines, they're looking for people to actually purchase them. And get some type of financing in place that helps stimulate the market for, obviously because people are getting 30-year mortgages and so forth along those lines. Home ownership is a big deal. So keep that in mind moving forward. All right. So another big thing that I like to show people with this particular website, because what comes up, people are always asking, what is the condition of the property? So, and I'm going to show you a tip here. So if you see the property, it typically starts with the tab, property info tab. Go to the addendums tab. And then on the left-hand side here, there's going to be a link that says property condition report. Okay. And just downloaded it for me. Let's take a look at this. All right, I believe you guys can see this. Let me make sure that you guys can see this. Just in case, I'll make sure it's being shared. Okay, so this is a property condition report. So this is basically an inspection of the property. Now keep in mind, and this is the part that a lot of people aren't aware of, that typically if it's a HUD-owned property, the utilities are not on, okay? So you're like, well, how do you test the electrical if the utilities aren't on? Well, they do what's called, they connect a generator to the actual property itself. So they go to the electrical panel, and they attach a generator and supply electricity. Okay. How do they test the plumbing? Typically, they have buckets of water where they're pouring water and testing at the P-traps. So it gives you a general idea of the inspection. Now, I wouldn't encourage you just to use this inspection just by itself. If you do go through the process of getting the HUD, excuse me, guys. Excuse me. If you go through the process of getting a HUD-owned property, make sure that you have your typical inspection completed. Now, during that time, you would have time to get the utilities on so that you can have everything running in full speed. Make sure the AC is working, make sure that the plumbing is working, make sure that the sprinkler systems are working. All of that stuff that they typically test out, make sure all the utilities are on, and have them test everything within the property. Okay, guys, trust me when you do this part. Have everything tested. Now, in addition to that, like I said, this gives you a general idea. It shows that it was pressure tested, like the plumbing lines and so forth. Now, there are situations where they'll say, hey, there's a roof leak. Hey, the AC is not working. The appliances are missing. So that gives you a better idea before you even go out to the property. But that is available to anyone. So just keep that in mind. A lot of people ask me questions because I typically list these type of properties. And when I do list them, people are always asking, hey, what's going on with the property? And I ask them, have you looked at the property condition report? And they're like, well, what is that? Well, the property condition report is actually at the property itself. Then also it's online. So before you make a trip out there, just go online. Just saying. if that's a report that you want to be aware of. But ultimately get eyes on the property so that you don't have to deal with that. All right, guys. So let me get us back to what we were doing. Let's see here. All right, let's go back to the presentation. So there you go, guys. Game changer for HUD-owned properties, letting you know that, hey, things are changing. Keep in mind that nothing's been ideal or traditional for the past couple of years. So just keep that in mind. You just want to keep in the know, keep knowing what's going on, what new opportunities are available, especially on the financing side. Interest rates are starting to go back up again, guys. So make some moves. You know, if you are in the Tampa Bay area and you're thinking about buying, selling, or investing, be sure to look me up. That is a direct number for me. Call me directly, 813-419-3927. Leave a voicemail or even send me a text message. Additionally, visit my website, realestatewithchrisbrown.com. That is a website where you can connect with me as well. Get the latest and greatest of what's going on. Guys, let's make it happen. Don't wait till next year. Interest rates are going to go much higher. Come next year, there is expected increase at least 3 different times this year. It's already been stated. What's going to happen? I don't know. But hey, keep an eye on the market. The opportunity is now. If you're in my market, which is the Tampa Bay market, it was rated to be the top market, the hottest market for 2022. So with that being said, a lot of eyes are going to be on the Tampa Bay area and opportunities are not going to present themselves. Okay. So keep in mind, if opportunities do present themselves, they are not going to last long. So you want to be in the know and have the scoop of what's going on. But hey, guys, it is just yours truly, Chris Brown, your real estate professional and marketing entrepreneur. Thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and a few other platforms. My handle is @ChrisBrown, RE-Pro. Once again, @ChrisBrown, RE-Pro is my handle. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram. Just stay in the know. Tune in, chime in with me. Send me a direct message if you guys have some questions or have a topic that you guys want me to talk about. So keep that in mind. But hey, guys, well wishes to you and many blessings. Take care.